Holy shit. Can I just say this was an exhausting week? One, it was exhausting. Two, I drove like 200 miles a day, which is so funny that I'm crying about 200 miles as like an OTR truck driver, or even just like LTL still. So it's kind of funny to kind of cry about that a little bit. That, oh, I had to drive to Colombia and back. It was terrible. But it did. It sucked a little bit. I was a little tired, but that's because that's my fault for taking too big of a bite from shit and then being surprised when I choke, which is, I swear to God, a superpower. So I was getting up at like 4:45 and I had just gotten over like taking in way too many like pollen allergy kind of things because I mowed the yard like an idiot without a mask on, I know. So that was my fault. And it was just absolute murder getting home at like 6 to try to turn around. And I think we should move down here and start coming the other way. I don't like how sharp that point is. And I think not only does it have potential to shatter and chip, oh man. I think we're gonna have to change this out. All right, so this is a tool rest. Got a couple different options. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we're gonna go with the longer one, see if we get a little bit better reach and don't have to keep stopping to adjust, which, I mean, I'm sure the sound gets a lot better. I mean, I'd love to be at a point where I could kind of like spend high dollar stuff for high dollar stuff, so, you know, that'd be cool, but this is just for kind of hanging out and transportation, catching up, BS. And we're talking about Elogs, talking about a lot of safety-minded stuff. Very happy to share that I am now Smith System certified, so that's pretty cool. That was actually a lot of fun, and I went into it very concerned that it was going to be like Ben Stein and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it was just Bueller, and I was just going to want to blow my brains out. It was not that. The instructor was pretty cool at passing stuff along, but then also letting like the conversation in regards to safety and compliance and things like that, and all of us to share. And I mean, we all come from transportation one way or another, right? But like, there were some guys from dump truck industries and other people doing paving, and it was really, really cool to kind of hear some of their insights and perspectives. And I have been in transportation for a very long time, but I mean, I don't have much dump truck experience. I don't pretend like I do. I've been in them a couple of times, but I mean, other than that, not really. I mean, drove old shitty deuce and a halves back in the day. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so it was really cool to not only take in like Smith System information, and that was pretty cool, but to also learn other things. And another guy was like a highway patrolman, and so he was talking about a few cool, interesting tactics and defensive driving that, you know, law enforcement does, which is a defensive driving, yes, but it's actually being so aggressive that you start to almost become defensive. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, shout out to them. Jeremy, you did a fantastic job. That was pretty cool, man. Yeah, I definitely say that it's cured. So, safety, compliance, right? You guys did see, or hopefully you did see one of the other videos. Oh no, I think I actually only put it up on LinkedIn now that I think about it. Ugh, did I do you guys a little dirty? I might have. Okay, so let's back up then. Let's talk for a second. Those of us that have to stop for railroad tracks. I know I recorded something. I think it might just be on YouTube and maybe LinkedIn. So sorry for that. Those of us that cross railroad tracks, FMCSA is thinking about changing the regulations and how we do those, whether or not you have to stop, open doors, or just stop and hit your hazards, check, and then drive on. FMCSA is looking to maybe say that you no longer have to do that if certain control devices are or are not present. They are just saying that they're entertaining the idea of changing it around, and that they have opened the public space for everyone's comment. If you are someone who feels pretty compassionately about railroad crossings, having to stop and all that other stuff, you know, go make a comment. And I'm sure there's some people in the train industry that may have some things to say. And I'm not saying that I'm a proponent of this argument, but I would say that I could see someone saying, does that mean that only the train conductors and operators are the ones that have to look out for one another or drive with due regard? That could be an interesting case to kind of see, because, you know, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not going to necessarily finish that thought, but those of you that say you care and kind of want to change the industry and give your 2 cents, here's your opportunity. I know that we've been talking about Elogs a lot. My goodness, I feel like that's the conversation I'm having, is Elogs, hours of service, and I do not know what the hell seems to be going on. So don't ask me. I don't know. People just think that it doesn't matter. I'm not going to give a full-blown spiel on why you should think that it should. I mean, I'm happy to have that safety-related conversation, but I don't think that this is the appropriate place. I will say this. You could be, whether you're a company person, you could be sued personally. I've made mention of this a couple times this week. 2, if you go and violate your hours of service today, and next Friday you're boogieing on home, things are great, windows down, sun's out, you know what I mean? A cop pulls you over and wants to look at your logs. He can see that, what you did today, next week. And if it was bad enough, they might just put you out of service right then and there. Make sure that you take a mandatory 10-hour rest break to make sure that you're safe and compliant and not sleepy because we can't tell because you wanted to play games. Yeah, that could happen. So that's about as deep as I'm willing to get into that, but you guys should really take this stuff seriously. And then let's not even mention the whole God forbid moment and this ends up before a court of law. They're gonna go back as far as they could possibly reach, sometimes 5 years plus. So for what that's worth. All right, let's do some fun stuff because I hate those more serious conversations. I actually, in the name of safety, this thing looks like it wants to utterly shatter. And I don't really want to catch fiberglass to the face today. Another day perhaps, but not today. Blitz week is coming up, my freaky darlings, just so y'all know. Or by the time this is released, maybe it's already going on, who knows? Told you, saw that huge chunk? Oh, there you go. That's a good example. Okay, chips, we're not really making good constant contact. You come down here and start to see, there you go. You start to see a few more longer shreds. And you know, it's so funny. I thought about chipping a lot of this back for everybody so it wasn't so much noise and destruction. Might have to. We're getting there. See that huge chip of a corner? Disgusting. That's what's coming around and being scratched at. It was actually this corner. And by the way, you can see I'm bleeding in the corner because, I mean, this stuff is glass, well, hard plastic. So my buddy is over at the Cargo Cast, who, by the way, I'm speaking over there on their live Q&A today on TikTok, which you guys, I mean, if you see it, great. If you don't, you know, come check it out later. They put up some shorts and stuff of it, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. It's kind of fun banter, but also like healthy conversation and, you know, a little competition, which is always good, you know, steel on steel, kind of hardened steel, you know what I mean? So that's cool. Posed an interesting question to me earlier, and it was, how do you bridge the gap between a carrier or owner operator's needs and the shippers? And it took me a second. I actually answered his question incorrectly twice before I got it right on kind of in the reference, because at first he was like in regards to quoting. Then I was like, well, transparency, and if I show you my numbers, you show me yours, we come up with a fair number that's good for us both, right? Like, that was one thought. Then he was like, no, they're like needs, in that like a carrier wants the highest number and the shipper wants the lowest number. And I started to actually like knee-jerk reaction. It was like, I mean, again, transparency, kind of like, and then because at first it was like needs. Are we talking about logistics, third-party warehousing, like operations, maintenance? Like, he's talking about the price point. You tell me somebody has needs. I want to know all of it. Do you need somebody to answer the phone? How about send emails? Do you need a building to store your product and then maybe ship out of? Do you need somebody to transport those goods? Do you need somebody to like track and set all of that up? Like, see, to me, I'm thinking, first of all, how can Mission Assist or even myself or somebody like that get our foot in the door? How can we talk? Let's generate conversations. And if we can as this business, then maybe I can as a person network a little bit better, or send them to the right person so they don't get screwed, because scamming's a problem across every industry, not just this one. So I thought it was an interesting question. I did answer it, and yeah, I'll probably just cover it again in that TikTok. I don't really want to cover it again on like basically what effectively would end up being a third time. So, but I thought it was interesting. I thought it was neat. I thought it was also kind of interesting to see into his perspective and mindset and where he was coming from. And I thought that was cool. I really liked it. This mug's gonna chip like a mug. So, do you see that right over my shoulder? I'm seeing prettier, longer, thinner pieces. I think we're getting there, guys. We are definitely going to have to change the carbide out after this project. Man, it's that bucket. It's this piece that's the bucket that's going to end up being kind of turned into the wood on this side and rounded out more on that side. Dude, this is going to be fucking brutal, man. I was talking about what kind of other videos, what we covered this week. I did a pretty wild... There goes our boy Spencer. He's getting ready to finish loading up and moving on up this way. Yeah, I did a hot take of an opinion piece. That one was pretty cool. Company drivers versus professional drivers. I just saw something come across on Threads where this dude like was so proud of himself to be like, company drivers shouldn't have to fix shit. And I was just like, yeah, you're right, bro. Whatever you think it is, you're right. You know what I mean? I did a new video, shout out to my buddy Tiana on our northern border, talking about MCs. It's been a hot minute since I've checked in on Tia. I hope she's doing well. I need to catch up with Celeste. I texted her and I just hadn't followed up, and that's not really fair. And Seth, I haven't heard from Seth in a hot minute. I reach out every once in a while. That's my boy. I hope he's doing well. Nano, big shout out to you. I need to give you a call because I literally just told you, hey man, I'm gonna call you later. And then I got my head kicked in. Bro, I got some stories for you. I will tell you this, when I got back to into the office, I had 500 plus emails to sort through. That was interesting. This week was wild though. Like, my God. Talk about things just going sideways, for the fuck's sakes of things going sideways. This thing's fogging up. Yeah, that was bananas this week. Yeah, I'm gonna kick it shred some of this down. Maybe if I think of some more stuff, I'll stop and talk and whatever, we'll come back to it. But like, that's kind of what this is just going to be the Pana Freight update where we just kind of hang out and you guys can whatever. Yeah, let's do it. I want you to know I'm speaking right now to my mother in Colombia. I need to be so much better about messaging you more. And I'm swamped. I was sick last weekend and I make all these excuses. I'm very sorry. Know that I love you and I send you big kisses and big hugs. I'm well. Things are going well. You're on my mind all the time. Yeah, and it's you and our family that I am starting to put Spanish captions in everything I do too. So I want you guys to be able to kind of see and follow along and kind of keep up. I know it's kind of fun, but know that I love you all. Mama, Steffi, Laura, Drea, like all of you. Yeah, so special shout out to you guys. You were just, I was plugging along. I was plugging along and thinking all of you were in my mind. So yeah, let's get back to it.